Ladies and gentlemen, today is the start of a new week, and with that comes new news, and in this video we have some massive Switch 2 updates, and I think, for once, it's all just good news straight across the board. Strange. Let's go and get right into this video. That's right, we have some updates, and for once, I actually think it's just good news all the way across the board. Very, very strange. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Before we get started, if you could, hit a like and subscribe. That would truly mean the world to me. We're like 100 subscribers away from 22,000. That's crazy. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And let's go ahead and get into this video, which I just said a minute ago. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first thing we have to do is talk about Game of the Year. That's right, I'm not even kidding. I'm talking about Drag X Drive, better known as Wheelchair Basketball. Did you forget about this game? How could you? I could never forget about this game. I think about it when I go to sleep at night. Well, in case you're one of the weird people who forgot about this game, it's still a game somehow. And it just got one of the best updates, or maybe the only updates it's got since release. And I think they're adding some really cool features here. And I think as long as they continue to update it and maybe do some kind of crossovers or something, I think it might have a little bit of longevity. But these are the updates. It is now possible to play a local wireless game. The fact that that wasn't even a thing before, it's like, well, what are we doing here, right? The game will now also display play history. The game will now display players' levels, which increase by gaining XP. I guess that wasn't a thing before. It is now possible to select either set as blue or blue-red for your team color. Adjusted certain depictions, including the game start animations, lighting within parks, and the time lights are lit up when at top speed. You know, this almost sounds like reading a foreign language because I haven't played this game, so I don't know what the hell any of this means. They also did a lot to online as well. It is now possible to join the waitlist when the public park or friend park your friend is in is full. And then change the position for the game start animations for 2-on-2, and made adjustments to increase 3-on-3, and some offline bot stuff, and a bunch of other things. So I do think there are going to be plans to continuously support this. So if you're one of the people who are playing this game and enjoying it, shout out to you. But I do think it's cool that they are, updating games that are being put out. So now I want to talk about one of the biggest upcoming Switch 2 games, which is also just one of the biggest upcoming games across the board. And not only is this game coming to the Switch 2, it's coming the same day as other platforms. And I just think that is so damn impressive. Because this isn't like a little indie game or something, right? This is something that everybody's going to want to play on their PS5, their PC, whatever. But when you see the Switch 2 quality, you're like, damn, I'm just going to pick it up there. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about Resident Evil Requiem. And what's really interesting here is Capcom gave us an update into how all this went down. This game wasn't even going to come to the Switch 2 at all. And if that didn't happen, we would have had everybody like, look, the Switch 2 can't even play this game. That's crazy. So the reason why this game came over, I find even more interesting. They were working on a port for Resident Evil Village, which I believe is Resident Evil 8. Like I previously mentioned, I've only played one of these games before. But the porting process was going so smooth and so damn easy. They were just like, why don't we try Requiem as well? I don't know how Biohazard fits into all this as well. They might have been doing that at the same time as Village. But essentially, everything was just going so smooth while they were working on that port that they were like, why don't we try Requiem as well? And now you see the quality of that. This is really awesome. And it just shows you when developers are actually trying on the Switch 2, the quality is there. And I think I might have seen it on Twitter or Reddit or something. I can't remember, but the comment just stood out so much. And they said the Switch 2 generation is really going to reveal which developers or publishers really worked on their games and optimized their games, and which ones just didn't really make an attempt at all. So you're seeing Resident Evil Requiem, you're seeing Star Wars Outlaws, you're seeing Cyberpunk, you're seeing Final Fantasy. These are, games that they actually tried and the passion is there. And then you have Atlas, throwing Persona 3 on the Switch 2. And that's it, they're just throwing it on there. It's not optimized at all. So shout out to Capcom, and I just find this so interesting. Now if I were to ask you what you think some of the top selling Switch games were, you would definitely go into first party, right? Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Smash, all that stuff. And you would be right. But let's take first party out of the equation. Another set of games I think sell incredibly well not just on the Switch, but across Nintendo platforms all the way around, is the Lego games. I can't imagine the numbers. If I can find some of them, I'll put them on the screen. I don't know if I would be able to find those numbers, but it sells so well over there because these games are on sale all the time. They don't take a lot to run. Just being able to play them portably, it's awesome, right? We know we have that new Batman Lego game coming up, maybe the beginning of next year, and I know it's getting a Switch 2 version and all that, but what about some other Lego games? Well, I think at Tokyo Game Show, I think that's where this was. I'm trying to read it right here. But yeah, they're just straight up leaking that like Switch 2 versions of Lego games are coming out. So let's check it out. Looks like we could be getting Switch 2 version upgrades of several, I forgot what I think it's just TT, right? Game Lego titles coming soon, according to display seen at Zurich Popcorn, thanks to this person. So shout out to them. I'm trying to think what would make sense here. If I had to guess, Switch 2 versions just make sense, right? I was trying to think, is this like remasters or something? Because I know Harry Potter, I believe there's a rumor that it's getting remade or remastered right now. So I was thinking maybe all these games will get remastered or something. And maybe that could happen because I just think that could happen. But just getting Switch 2 versions of these games, that would be amazing. Especially for Star Wars. I do think the Star Wars Skywalker Saga is great on the Switch. They patched it a couple times, but it's still a little rough. So that would be great. I don't think Lego City Undercover needs it at all, but again, why not? If you could play it like 60 frames per second with HDR or something, that would look great. And I don't think I've ever played the Jurassic Park or Superheroes one. Lego Harry Potter's, like I said, it's getting a remake, so I don't know. I'm saying like I don't know if it needs it, but why not do it? You know what I mean? I just don't know if they would release a Switch 2 version of Lego Harry Potter and then release a remake like a year later. Because why would you want to double dip at that point? You're like, well, I bought the Switch 2 version for $30 or God forbid $60 or whatever the hell they want to recharge for it. And then the remake comes out later or something. I just don't know. But this is cool, man. I think we're going to start seeing Switch 2 versions of games that you don't expect. Just re-release all the damn games of the Switch 2 versions. Maybe an upgrade path? Or if you want to be a little greedy gremlin, you can just resell it for full price. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be the latter here. But guess what? We have more amazing updates for the Switch 2. We have gameplay of 2 upcoming Switch 2 games. One of them we've been hearing good stuff about, but it is good to see some hands-on gameplay. And then another one I haven't thought about at all, but seeing the gameplay for it kind of makes me pretty excited for it. Or it's like getting me excited for it. So first, here is some hands-on gameplay for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Now, there is a discourse online like, what do you mean? It's just a PS4 game. Of course it should run on the Switch 2. Sure, I agree with your statement there, but this is not a PS4 game. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a PS4 game. This is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which was the PS5 version of this game that also included some DLC. This is a PS5 game we're looking at right now. Square Enix did a damn great job at this. I've beat Remake. I just beat Rebirth like 2 weeks ago. I don't want to buy this for the fact of like, I've already beat it. Now I'd rather buy games I haven't played yet. This is kind of hard for me to be like, I don't know, man. It's $40. Comes with a copy of the original Final Fantasy VII. Has a reversible cover. It's a game key card. That sucks. But it's just a damn good deal for $40, and this looks incredible. Is it going to look better on your PS5? Sure, and I'm not here to argue against that, right? But to say the Switch 2 is incapable, that's just false. So I think they've already said this is 30 frames per second, but some of the gameplay, I mean, it looks better than that or higher than that. If you've never played Final Fantasy VII Remake, play it. You will not be disappointed. It is so fun, and it's not a traditional turn-based JRPG. It's more like action commands and stuff like that. It's really, really fun. Now, a game I have not thought about at all is Monster Hunter Stories 3. So I haven't thought about this game at all. I think they showed this off in like the partner showcase, I believe. I've read up on this game a little bit. It's taking place 200 years after the last game, so there won't be like any cameos or anything. And they said they think they figured out how to make like a good RPG. So they think this is going to be like the one for them, the one to really shine. First, this looks so damn good. The gameplay looks just really fun. I'm liking this art style. It's kind of anime, but I think that really like has a longevity. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem dated in 5 years or something. So I have no problem with that. And I have not played any of the Monster Hunter games. So I think it's cool that I can jump into this one and not need to know about the previous ones. But again, look at this. Like, this looks incredible. I don't know the release date for this. I think it's 2026. But man, I think we are almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. Help us get to 22,000 subscribers. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our cool communities growing. Some say it's the coolest community in the world. That's just what they're saying. I'm not saying it, but that's what they're saying. You guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.